Hello, I'm Blue Sax Player, and I'm going to do my first commentary on a game ever. Well, this is League of Legends. Let's go. So I'm playing as Akali because I just love Akali. I mean, she's great fun. She can dash about the place, deal loads of burst damage. She's going for 3v3, which is by far my favourite. I just love 3v3. Especially for Akali, because you can dash over these walls here and you can escape through dashing to minions and stuff. But yeah, start with Dawn's Blade because it gets you that first passive and it gets you an extra 100 health for laning, which is great. Plus the lifesteal. But yeah, let's see what happens. I think we want to go for first blood fight, but don't, because I think the enemy team are a bit scared. Who have they got? Moo, Singed, Warwick. Yeah, so I don't know why. Maybe they're just
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Hiding in a bush somewhere. I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, I'm using LoL replay, so sometimes health bars like to not appear, as people know. And this is Fraps I'm recording this with, so sometimes the cooldowns on abilities don't work properly, so it'll say that this Arc of the Assassin is on cooldown, but actually then you see my character throw it, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so Akali's great top lane in 3v3 because she can sustain very well because of her passive. So when she gains when she gains bonus attack damage, so 10 bonus attack damage, she gains spell vamp, which is basically lifesteal for your abilities. Now, because this does magic damage and it counts as a spell, you can hit something with it. So you throw the Q as a minion, like you'll probably see me do in a minute. Let's see. So I throw it and I hit the minion, and that will, the throwing and the actual hitting of the minion will heal me. Both hits will heal me, so it's really good for sustaining a lane. I mean, obviously I'm against Warwick, who's like one of the best lane sustainers ever, so it's quite interesting actually. Can you see how he comes up and does his Hungering Strike and hits me just by doing this? Look at my health. See? Goes up by around 30 or so, which is good enough. Yeah, back to her passive. 10 bonus attack damage, and she gains spell ramp, and it increases by an additional 1% for every 5 bonus attack damage gained thereafter. So you can get a lot of attack damage on Akali, but it doesn't really work considering the only ability that scales off attack damage is Crescent Slash, and everything else is, so the other two that deal damage are AP, goes to magic damage, so really you build ability power. Yeah, well, her second passive is when she obtains enough ability power, her normal attacks deal bonus magic damage, and more ability power equals more bonus magic damage. I mean, it's good for pushing things like inhibitors, because it actually hits inhibitors, but most of Akali's damage is from her abilities, not her normal attacks, so really the only one that you use is spell vamp. So things like Hex Tech Gunblade could be good because it gives you spell vamp anyway, and then you get the bonus attack damage. But yeah, last hitting with that Q combo is so useful. But yeah, my advice for last hitting at the tower, what you want to do is, if it's a ranged minion, you hit it once, let the tower hit it, and then hit it a second time. That will get you the last hit. And if it's a melee minion, one of these ones with more health, the tower shoots it twice, it'll be left with a very small amount of health, and then you can just do your Q and attack to last hit it. Or you can just normal attack it if you're doing enough damage actually. Like, Warwick's gone missing now, I can't remember why, but he's only got 6 last hits, whereas I have 20. So focusing on these last hits as Akali is very important. Just keep last hitting until you get to level 6, and you'll see what happens when I hit level 6. But yeah, you see the amount of damage that does. Q plus normal attack makes it really easy to last hit minions. And if you use it on enemy champions you're laning against, it does a lot of damage. I mean, that's a good, probably a good 200 health was gone when you did that. Misfortune gets first blood, which is great. On Singed actually, which is surprising. I do believe this is a, it's not ranked, but it's a level 30 game. Everyone's level 30. See, this is the amount of damage you can get Warwick down onto. So I hit him second time. He thinks he can kill me, so he starts chasing me, which is also Q, attack, ignite. Kills him easy. Because ignite also reduces the healing effects. So yeah, as Akali you just want to back off and try and last it as much as possible until you hit level 6. Now I tried to go down bottom lane for, actually I think I was thinking about going down bottom lane to see if I can get a kill on either a Mumu or Cinch, but it doesn't work very well. So I go back and I buy boots. I go straight for my boots of swiftness. Most people don't get boots of swiftness on Akali. I like them. Ward and a health potion. Now wards are great in 3v3 because so many people pass by this area here to switch lanes to gank. If you just stick a ward here, buy red buff for the lizard, it's great for spotting people and saving your bum. But yeah, Warwick swaps with Singed because Warwick is doesn't like laning against Akali. But yeah, watch what happens. Throw Q, dash and normal attack. It halves his health bar. That's a lot of damage. And again, you keep doing this to your enemy and they will hate you. Now he's scared to walk anywhere near me because I know I don't have a dash, but otherwise I might just do the same thing again. I have my dash now, and that's got a range of this much. So you kind of wait for your enemy to be an idiot. Q attack, Q dash attack, and it just kills him. Easy peasy. I mean, those of you that don't know, you have ultimate's a dash. Here's the range. It's pretty big actually. It's quite a nice range. It's what makes Akali so much fun. She's really bad until she hits level 6. Then she's got this massive dash. She can just dash to minions, like to escape, which is good. But yeah, it doesn't cost any energy. It costs 1 essence of shadow, and you get these over time. So at rank 1, you gain one every 23.3, so 23.6 seconds. Or I've got some cooldown reductions, so it's probably about 25 seconds. And you get them whenever you kill people, get assists as well, and you use them to dash basically. That's their only use. And it's a pretty awesome ability just because you can dash around the battlefield, no one can hit you, and combined with your Twilight Shroud you can get out of escapes, so you can get out of bad situations very easily. It deals a decent amount of damage as well. I mean, not as much as Mark of the Assassin, but Mark of the Assassin is rank 5, this is rank 1. But the great thing about it is the fact that it has a 2-second cooldown. You can just dash everywhere. It's great. It Singed flashes. I think he just wants me to get killed by the tower. But yeah, then Warwick comes along as well, and yeah. I managed to get away just because of the Twilight Shroud, which is great. I have to flash over the wall sadly, didn't want to do that, but wasting flash sometimes is needed. And Mumu then catches up, but look how I escape. I dash back to Warwick, and then I dash back to a Mumu, and then I throw my Shroud. I'm dashing to buy time for my Shroud to come off cooldown. So dash left and right. And then I managed to kill him. Now with the Mumu there, I'm so lucky to be alive, but my spell vamp keeps me alive. So I used my Q and my normal attack, Mark of the Assassin. That healed a decent amount of damage. Then I saw my health going down, so I just point blank dashed onto a Mumu to heal. If I hadn't, I probably would have died. I mean, he would have got killed by the tower, but yeah. So I go ahead and buy a needlessly large rod for the 80 ability power. So now my ability is doing extra 36, 27, 45. So watch this. Watch Singed. Yes. Ability power on Akali is really, really good. Because it makes her burst amazing. Yeah, you want to level up Q first. Because this is your main damage dealing ability. I mean, when you dash, it looks like Akali is dealing her damage when she hits them with a dash. But straight after she dashes to them, she instantly normal attacks them. And that procs the Q. So if you look here, you throw it and it does 150 damage. But then when you normal attack them, it does the normal attack damage plus the 150. So you deal that damage again. So throw it at Singe, dash and attack. And that's 3, well here it is, it's about 400, 500 something, then plus the attack damage. It's probably about 600 damage. I mean, it probably does more than that actually, but that's just Singed. Yeah, I noticed Warwick is way overextended here. So I spot him here. So what I do is do I know? Yeah, I see he decided to stay in the bush because he's an idiot. I would have gone and killed him, but these minions do a lot more damage than you expect, so I decided to leave him alone. I haven't warded by red buff yet, which is interesting. Normally I would. But yeah, Warwick turns up, so yeah. He decides to run off actually, it's a bit odd. My shroud's up now, so what I do is I dash in. Yeah, I dash and put my shroud down to slow them. Sadly, Misfortune dies. But yeah, you see, I dash back to the minion, and I dash through again to the minion. So I can survive. I mean, this dash that Akali has is great for trying to survive bad situations. You just dash left and right through the minions, and it heals you while you're doing it. And it's a really big range, so you can just fly away from people. That's why people hate Akali, really. It's that combined with a Twilight Shroud, which, for those of you who don't know again, it lasts for 8 seconds. It's that purple smoke bomb thing, and as long as you're standing inside it, you become invisible. Which is why you never fight Akali inside of her shroud. Because if you do, she can pop out, deal loads of burst damage, and then just disappear again. And you can't really do anything about it. I mean, it's only 8 seconds, but it's long enough. And it also increases the armor and magic resist while she's standing in it. And it slows enemies to walk through it, so it can be... It's only by 14%, it's not very big slow, so it can be quite useful, but not very good for slow. Just use it for the invisibility. So here I put the shroud down to try and slow him a little bit. Use the dash, really cute. Use another dash, but I don't have any dashes at the moment, so just throw that Q out. Does finish him off? No, it doesn't. So he decides to turn around and get that Hungering Strike, which results in his death because, as you've seen, when you proc the Q with a normal attack, it does loads of damage. Like, look at this minion. Bam! Health just drops really fast. Yeah, and her last ability, which is, it's been a while, I haven't talked about it yet, Crescent Slash. She spins around in a circle and flourishes her kamas, as it says. And you'll probably see me do it here actually. Yeah, spin around in a circle like that and hits everything around you. It scales off attack damage and ability power. And really, all it's useful is last hitting, farming. If you don't use it in fights, you may see me do it, but that's kind of out of a habit I've grown into. You don't want to use it in fights, you want to save your energy for this, because this does physical damage, and you don't build attack damage as Akali. The ability power ratio is fairly good, but still, it's not really worth it. Akali's magic damage. Her main damage is magic damage. So here I throw the shrouds, just in case Warwick decides to stick around. So I can chase if he decides to run the other way as well. And then just, you know, just use Akali's amazing burst damage. At this point, I'm really fed, which helps a lot. I mean, I've got Blasting One and needlessly large rods, so you can kind of guess what comes next. The Rabadon's Death Cap. You want to get Rabadon's Death Cap on Akali. I mean, it gives us so much burst damage because of just the amazing amount of ability power it gives. And yeah, after that, you want to get. Oh, I think I've customized. Yeah, I've changed my recommended item build through some magic that I may explain some other time. Or how to do it. You go with Dawn's Blade first, which has been bought, so it's not there. You then get Mercury Treads or Boots of Swiftness, it's up to you. And these are just the recommended items I stuck in. I mean, they're the ones that I will pick up at some point. Normally I like to rush Rabadon's first, or Gwynsu's Rageblade. One of the two. Because of the ability power, or the Gwynsu's Rageblade because it helps you take down structures really fast. Then I get Rabadon's if I haven't got it already. Then you want to get Lichbane. I mean, I know it gives you mana, which is completely useless on Akali. It's more so the fact that its ability, which is after using ability, your next basic attack deals bonus physical damage equal to your ability power. So if you've got your Rabadon's Death Cap on Akali, you're stacking up your ability power. So you've got to your sort of 400 ability power mark. Your next normal attack will do an extra 400 damage, which is loads. And considering how much you're spamming your abilities to deal damage to people, it's incredibly powerful. Yeah, I go back and buy Rabadon's Death Cap, I think. Let's have a look. Rabadon's Death Cap, what do I get? I get a Sheen to build up this Lichbane. Because at the moment I just want the burst damage as fast as possible. So when Singed will just like pop his head out and overextend shortly, I can jump in and just do a quick burst damage and run out again. But yeah, this is what makes Akali so great, is that she could just jump into a fight, do something, do loads of damage to a single target, and then quickly turn invisible or hop out again. And it makes her very hard to kill, makes her great fun to play. And I would recommend Akali to anyone just because she's so much fun to jump around and stuff. So Sin's just a complete idiot here. Yeah. Sheen is pretty good on Akali because obviously after doing your attacks you gain double physical damage on your next attack, equal to your base attack damage, yes. Warwick is, the reason he's running back is he's feared by Fiddlesticks, who just manages to not pick him off. Yeah, I think the game ends soon, as you can see by this bar. Yeah, and if we go over some of the spells, you want to take Flash and Ignite. Flash, because you can actually sit in your shroud and then flash out of it really quickly. And Ignite, because it helps you get that extra bit of damage just to finish people off if you're solo laning. Especially good against Warwick actually, because he heals so much. You can just Ignite him and all his healing is halved. Yeah, look, using that Crescent Slash, because of all my ability power, an extra 69 damage, all those last hits instantly. And it's good because that's a 2.78 second cooldown, so it's great for farming. Just don't use it to hurt enemy champions, because you want to save that energy for Mark of the Assassin. It will do so much more damage. I mean, 150 plus 92, that's about 250 damage, and plus another 250 damage, that's 500 damage just from one ability. That's better than your 269-ish, 270-ish damage from your Crescent Slash, and it's the same energy. So try just to keep this for farming. Yeah, I think the game ends now. I think they surrender in a moment. I mean, being 9-0 on Akali really helps your team. Fiddlesticks 2-2, 4-2. I don't think. No, none of them got positive KDs. So use the Shroud. I get snared by Moon as well, but what I'm doing here is I'm attacking the tower above everyone else, ignoring them, just because I know if the tower doesn't die, it will do a lot of damage to everyone. So here I keep standing in front of a Moo, so if he tries to run away I can just turn around and kill him. Yeah, they surrender here. And as you can see, the passive is doing extra damage to the inhibitor. So yeah, That's why I love Akali. She's great fun to play. And it's good in 3v3 if you want to go 3v3 champion. Right, thank you for watching. Goodbye.